Fortnite has been around for God knows how long at this point, and they've added a plethora of Spider-Man skins in this point. It is the year 2025 that I'm recording this, so at this point, to my count, there's 22 different Spider-Man styled skins in this game. And the point of this video today, we're gonna rank them all. Now, I'm not gonna rank them in order of how I put them on the screen, but I will give each of them a grade, and then at the end, I will show you a ranking of how I would rank all these characters. I'll give them each a score out of 1 to 10. But before we get into this video, you gotta tell me, what is the best Spider-Man skin in Fortnite? Is it Spider-Punk? Is it MJ? Is it Miles Morales as Spider-Man? Is it Black Cat? There's plenty of great options, so please let me know down below, and let's jump into the video. And starting with the very first one they added, Peter Parker Spider-Man from the Battle Pass. This skin is just so great. It comes with 2 extra skins, and I'll rate them all separately, but I'm just gonna tell you right now, they're pretty much all a 10 out of 10. You have the baseline skin, and everything about it is peak. It's actually exactly what I like about Spider-Man suits. It's super shiny and glistening. The blue and red are very blue and red. It's not like you're mistaken these as like orangey or something. Like, no, this is blue and red. The logo on the front and on the back are exactly what I like, especially the back. A lot of people don't do it nowadays, but I love the just one fat singular body with 8 legs stemming off of it. The lenses are peak. Like, these lenses are amazing. They're just big enough, in my opinion. I loved this skin. This skin's an easy 10 out of 10. And then when you look at the Future Foundation version of this skin, it's still a 10 out of 10. You got the awesome spider logo across the front, and it's not the weird-ass logo Marvel Rivals put on it. It's just exactly what you want it to be. It's perfectly straight out of comic book. And then you got the Symbiote Spider-Man as the other one. The remaining 3 are like wire skins. I'm not going to rate these. But this Symbiote Spider-Man skin is quite literally just the classic Symbiote skin. It's ripped right off the comic book pages from 616. I personally love it. The lenses are even like a little bit smaller because you don't get the black outline around them. That even looks accurate too. All 3 of these suits are a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. They're fire. Next up, we're going to do Miles Morales' Spider-Man suit, the Across the Spider-Verse suit. I love it. You know, I think it's really great. It's really nice. Right off rip, I'd probably say it's around 9.5. I do like his classic suit just a bit more, and the current suit he wears in the comics I like a lot. This is a bit plain. I like that the graffiti's still on the front of it, but outside of that, there's really no even webbing on it. That's not the suit design's fault in Fortnite. I'm grading the suit. That's what I'm doing here. The suit does come in Fortnite, though, with the ability for you to take off the mask, and Miles' hair looks great. It looks phenomenal. He just looks great, too. You know, the whole face model and everything, all about it looks good. So, to me, this costume for Miles Morales Spider-Man is an easy 9.5. I love it. It's great. Next up, Black Cat. The Black Cat skin is pretty good. I would say so. It doesn't have a lot of random lines. There's like a little bit of random lines that I don't really understand, but there's not a lot of them. I love the fur coming off of it. You could remove the mask if you want. Granted, the mask is hardly even there, so I don't really know why they made this an option because it really makes it very hardly any difference to me. But I do think she looks phenomenal. She looks amazing. You know, they got the eye color right. They got her hair down right. The costume looks great. The only thing is, like, there's like a little bit gray-black contrast. That's a bit odd, but I do love the little cat belt buckle. So for me, this is a 9. The Black Cat suit's definitely a 9. Spider-Gwen. All right, it's no secret I'm not the biggest Spider-Gwen fan, but we're going to try and be objective here. I'm not going to let my biases come into play. At least I'm going to try my best not to. I think the skin actually looks great. I hate to say it, but I really do. You got the Converse, so it's a little different from the regular Spider-Man suits. And it even looks like she still has the ballerina-esque to it because of the way she arches her toe in the Converse. The suit just looks amazing. The pink pops on it. They even have like the pink outline as like a shader for when it's like moving around. So the outline of it does look really glossy and gorgeous. You could remove the mask so you just get Gwen and her hair's down. Her hair looks great. I think the face model is a bit, meh. It's not terrible. It just, I don't know why. To me, it just looks a bit odd. But I'm going to give this skin a 9. I can't just say it's bad because I don't like Spider-Gwen. It's a pretty damn good skin. It's great. I'm not going to do the other ones because those aren't really from the comics at all. I don't really care about those, but even these look great too. These ones look super cool. All in all, Spider-Gwen's got to be at least a 9 out of 10. Next up, we have She-Venom. This one to me is definitely mid. All the glossy veins just shooting off it, they look nasty. I much prefer a logo. You know, I don't really like how it's just This black. Also, there's nothing on it. Just the shimmery shininess of the veins and the blackness. And then you have the face. It's a pretty bland model in my opinion. Even though like the outline of it is just a white shine on it. So it just looks like a shimmer instead of having like a color effect for its outline. To me, this skin's like a 5 out of 10. I don't really like the She-Venom skin personally. I think it's a bit weird. Latexy looking almost. I don't know. I don't like it. We're moving up to number 6 though. The number 6 skin we have here is Tom Holland Spider-Man. Now, the Tom Holland face does not look too great. It looks alright. The skin itself, I also don't really love myself. There's a lot of random lines on it. The logo on the back is a bit weird. The logo on the front's clearly just a Stark logo. But the base suit itself, the Far From Home, No Way Home base suit, it's like a 7.5 out of 10. The reversed version, when it's like inside out, this is like a 6 out of 10. This is terrible. Not only do you have all these random lines everywhere, but the logos look worse, you have this random black and gold color, and there's even more random lines everywhere because it's supposed to be the inside of the suit with all of its digital technicalness. So this is like a 6 out of 10. This is not good. I don't like this suit at all. We're gonna move on. Mysterio. Mysterio in this game, I personally think Mysterio is godlike. I love the fishbowl. I think the fishbowl looks great. I love the gold on him and the contrast between the green and the gold. It reminds me of the Packers a little bit, but at the same time, I think that's good because it makes him look more of like a force to be reckoned with. Not force to be reckoned with, but more of like a statured person. You know, he reminds me of more of like a muscle man in this costume rather than just being like a flimsy boy with all these smokes and mirrors. This guy still has a smokes and mirrors, but he has a little bit more muscle tone to him. I will say there's a bunch of random lines on him too. He definitely had that MCU-ification. They didn't really need to do that, but I would say this suit's at least an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for sure. Eddie Brock Venom. This is the Eddie Brock Venom. This is from the movie. To me, this suit's also buns. It's slightly better than She-Venom. They have a little more tendril, like ooze going around it naturally when it's happening, but it still has that latexy effect when it's moving, and you know, it doesn't really have anything on it besides the veins and the face, so. But you do get to be Eddie Brock, and this looks great. I love Eddie Brock, and like, I just think he looks phenomenal. I like the jacket they chose to put him in. I wish they had something related to San Francisco specifically, but he just looks like a good old Eddie Brock to me. So this skin to me, even though it has the She-Venom's terribleness, they do actually have the other side of it with Eddie Brock on it, and the Venom suit itself actually has more tendril movement than the She-Venom one. So this one I'd give a 7.5 to. Next, we got the Iron Spider suit. The Iron Spider suit in this game, it's interesting. Okay, I'm not trying to hate on it, but I just think the comic book version is better. I love how red and yellow the comic book version is. It's so, or red and gold, but it's so in your face, so saturated. This is more of like a bronzy red and a bronzy gold, to me at least when I'm looking at it. They look really drowned out and washed out. They don't really look like they're like pushing through or like popping for you with like the original suit did in the comics. Again, there's also a lot of segmented lines on this one. I don't think it's terrible by any means. I mean, I bought it. I bought it without question because I love Spider-Man. But to me, this suit overall is probably like a 7.5 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. Just, I wish it was redder. I really wish the colors popped more and they reduced the amount of random lines on it. But I think it's important to clarify, it's only a 7.5 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 when you have the mask on. When you take the mask off, what is this face model? Who is this guy? This guy looks goofy as hell. No way. Okay, without the mask on, this is like a 6. Easily a 6. Number 10, we have MJ from No Way Home. This skin, it's pretty solid, it's pretty simple, and it's pretty straightforward. She got her sneakers, her Converses on. She's wearing jeans, a jacket, and a hoodie. She doesn't really have much that makes her say, like, I'm from Spider-Man, other than the fact that you could clearly tell that her voice actor, voice model, is based around Zendaya. That's clearly the giveaway that this is supposed to be MJ from No Way Home. If it wasn't for that, though, I don't think you'd be able to tell, personally. Like, there's nothing revolving around Spider-Man on her costume. So, to me, this is probably a 5 out of 10, maybe even a 4 out of 10. It could even be worse than that, a 3 out of 10. And I say this as somebody who loves Michelle Jones, Zendaya's MJ. Like, I really do like her character, and I think a lot of people hate it more than it deserves hate. You know, I think she's a solid character. People really like write her off like she's a nothing burger, and I think she's more than that. But this skin really does not let you know that it's MJ. It's hard to tell that it's Zendaya because it's not the greatest face model. And there's just nothing about this that explicitly screams No Way Home Michelle Jones, at least in my opinion. So I'm going to actually settle on 3 out of 10. And I say this as somebody who loves Zendaya. Next up, we got Spider-Man Zero, the Fortnite Spider-Man skin. I mean, it looks like Spider-Man Zero, so like in that aspect, it's great. But how do I feel about the Spider-Man Zero costume? I don't really like it. I think the lenses are too small and harsh. The back logo just looks a bit odd. The front logo looks too bit weird and big. Sorry, too bit big, and it doesn't really like feel like it's a spider. It more so just feels like it's a design, which I guess it can make sense in this like futuristic style for a robot armor Spider-Man costume. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. So to me, I'm probably going to give the Spider-Man Zero costume a 6 out of 10, a 6.5 out of 10. It's still a passing grade. I do like the pouches around his belt. You can never have enough pouches, in my opinion. I grew up reading comic books in the 90s, so pouches were everywhere. But there is a lot of improvements I'd make on this suit. You can even see his ears. I don't really like that either. This is a 6. I don't like that they show his ears. You know, they got that 6 out of 10. Next up, we got the Carnage movie skin. And the Carnage movie skin, you know, it looks like Carnage from the movie, but I just feel like it's leaving a lot to be desired. It's not red. It's more like a drowned out red, similarly to the Iron Spider costume we talked about before. I also think his skin could have some more movement on it. Nah, never mind. I forgot you can add the movement on it. That's all. The movement on it does look great. I actually love like the live-like moving of the organism on top of Carnage, on top of Cletus. But all in all, I just don't think the movie skin for Carnage is that great. I would probably give this skin a 7 out of 10 because at the end of the day, it's still Carnage. It still looks good, but it could be redder. It could be more comic accurate. What is that? Pen and ink? If they do a pen and ink Carnage skin, I promise you, I will buy it day one. Next up, we got Spider-Woman. I mean, Spider-Woman looks great. I do think, yet again, maybe this is a thing in Fortnite where like, sometimes red isn't red enough because her costume could certainly be a bit more red in my opinion. But outside of that, I think it's really great. And the little segments on the lines. Wow, a lot of suits have a lot of line segments, and yet the MCU is the only one who gets called out for that. It's a bit weird because everybody says Fortnite suits are the best, and I think they are amazing, but it's a bit odd how everybody only calls out the MCU and they don't call out Fortnite. But that's just my opinion. I'm going to give this suit an 8.5 out of 10. Jessica Drew looks amazing here. Let's be so real. You could turn the webbing back off too, but I think you got to keep it on if you want to make it look good. And, you know, it just really looks like her from the comics. Next up, we got a Hobie Brown. Next up is Hobie Brown Spider-Punk, and this is quite possibly my favorite skin in the entire game. The red on this skin actually looks red. Unlike other skins we've just talked about, it looks really red. On top of that, they really added a lot of details to show that this is Hobie Brown Spider-Man when he's not even wearing the mask. Something I really wish they did more for Zendaya's MJ for this game. Like, his suit is the exact suit that he wears in the movie, right? You look up a cosplay and this is what he's wearing. He's got the patches with spiders on it. The back logo says your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man or friendly neighborhood Spider-Man essentially. He's got all the pins on him. It just looks like Hobie Brown straight out of the movie while also still being Spider-Man oriented. Like they focused and made sure they added the Spider-Man pieces in. Then you put the mask on and the effect around, it's his peak. Like look how great this guy looks, man. I freaking love it. I think this is probably my favorite skin in the entire game. I would give this skin a 10 out of 10. I love Hobie Brown Spider-Punk. This skin's amazing, man. Next up, we got the baseline Venom. This is the regular Venom skin, and for me, this skin when it's in its default form is an easy 10 out of 10. I love Venom. Everybody knows this. I love that the default logo is on Venom. They have the tendrils coming off of him still. He's still got the gooey monsterness to him. This just looks like peak Venom. You can actually change it though, so you get the more Mac Gargan style, and I'm gonna tell you right now, when you switch it to Mac Gargan style, for me, it just drops 3 points instantly, at least, at most, I mean a 7 out of 10. I could probably even see it falling into a 5 out of 10. But I'll settle for 6 out of 10. We'll settle Mac Gargan 6 out of 10 for the classic look. Eddie Brock's Venom's classic look is a 10 out of 10. This one's phenomenal. Next up, we got Prowler. The Prowler actually looks pretty solid. I like it. I think the colors pop. Purple and green contrast each other very well. The green also with the shimmer effect, like on the back logo, looks really good too when he's like moving around. And I also like how he really fit the theme that he came in, if I remember correctly. He came in like the climbing and mantling season, and that's really what he's using his claws to climb. You can take his cape off, but I feel like that's just dumb. He looks so cool with it. Got so much more aura. I'd probably give Prowler's skin an 8.5 out of 10. It looks really great. The next skin we're going to talk about is Mary Jane Watson. This is like the comic book Mary Jane Watson, and this is one that's easily a 10 out of 10, right? You can tell this is Mary Jane straight from the comic books. Like, look at her outfit, man. She's got the leather jacket with the Spider-Man logo heart shirt on underneath. Mary Jane. That's Mary Jane. She got the red hair. She looks great. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I love Mary Jane. She's like my favorite character in the Spider-Man mythos, not named Peter Parker. So this is a 10 out of 10 just because she looks so damn accurate. Following up Mary Jane, we have Spider-Man Noir. And Spider-Man Noir also looks freaking amazing. It's hard for me to not give this suit also a 10. He's got the leather jacket. He's got the vest underneath. He's got the turtleneck underneath that. He's got his hat. He's got his goggles. He's all black. He's got the white shimmer on him that really looks great because he comes from a black and white universe. Or this Spider-Verse version comes from the black and white universe. So for me, this suit's an easy 10 out of 10. It just looks so goddamn accurate to what it was adapting, and I love its adaptation as well. I love Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Verse. We move on. We have Spider-Man 2099. And in this game, Spider-Man 2099, in my opinion, I think he looks great. I know a lot of people think that he looks a bit weird, but for me personally, I think it looks amazing. I think his neck is a bit long, but outside of that, the logo looks amazing. The talons look amazing. The suit looks great. The red actually could pop a bit more. It is looking a bit orangey, but outside of those two things, I think the suit looks really good. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. We're breaking it down. We're running down to the end of the list. We have 3 more. And then the third to last one we're going to talk about is Agony. This skin comes straight from the Venom 3 movie. This is what they made it for. This character appears in the movie for like 15 hot seconds, if not less. So I actually couldn't have cared less about this character being added. And when they did add her costume to the game, I just thought it looked mid-pack. It's just She-Venom, but worse. Like, yeah, they have this cool lightning effect, but when it's black, it at least like can hide the grossness of it. This purple and pink with black sloshes mixed into it, like, just looks nasty. This is probably the worst Spider-Man skin in the game, in my opinion. I'd probably put it at like a 1 out of 10. I do not like this skin. Number 21, the second to last one we're going to talk about is Peter B. Parker. He comes strapped with the robe. He comes with his regular usual costume, but I will say the red could be a little more red. That is a constant issue I'm having with the Fortnite Spider-Man skins. A few of them don't have the problem. A few of them don't, but a lot of them do. Now, the red on this suit, like I said, it looks a little orangey. Outside of that, it definitely looks like Peter B. Parker. It'd be really cute if he came with Mayday, but he didn't. I'd definitely give extra points for that. For me, this one's a 7.5 out of 10. And the very last skin in the game that we're going to talk about that's Spider-Man adjacent is the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin's amazing. He comes with his own emote with the bombs. He comes with his own glider. His suit looks phenomenal. I do think it's a little too metallic. You know, a lot of it is reminding me a little bit too much like the Remy universe. And the Remy universe actually isn't the like version of Green Goblin I would typically say I would want to see adapted. But it doesn't look like unbelievably like it. It just looks like a lot of metal on it when the actual costume is more so cloth. And there's a lot of lines on it. I don't think this suit's bad. I do think it's pretty good, but I'm mixed in the middle. I'm going to give it a 7.5, 7.5 out of 10. I love the Goblin bombs on it too. I just wish it was more like it looked like an actual skin or like a suit he puts on rather than it being metallic. That's just me. But yeah, this is my list in total. Looking at it, I feel pretty comfortable with it. I'd probably move Zendaya's up or She-Venom down, and I'd put Zendaya's above it. So let's just say Zendaya's is actually a 5, and I'm moving She-Venom to 4. But I'm pretty cool with this list personally. I have no qualms with it. There's a lot of 10s, but I think there's a lot of good skins in Fortnite. I think maybe I would move Jessica Drew up actually a little bit. I like her skin a lot. Spider-Woman looks great in this game. But yeah, that's about. I'm happy with it. I like this list. I think it's a good list. Y'all gotta let me know down below what you thought, because I'm very interested to know how you guys would rank the Spider-Man skins. What is the best Spider-Man skin in Fortnite? Please let me know. If you enjoyed this video, if you made it this far in the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought down below. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Dunk out. Peace.